What's up, guys? Welcome to the I'm Catholic YouTube channel. Welcome to the I'm Catholic project. My name is Marco Manzella, and we are back with round 2 of Marco on the Spot. Shout out to Mario for putting together these questions. I am a bit anxious about whatever questions it is that I've been asked, but I am looking forward to seeing what we get. Without further ado, let's get going.
Round 1.
When was the first time you truly felt God's presence?
Oof. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I can't really, I don't think I could definitely put like a thumb to it and say on this date at this time. But I will say the first time I really felt like this deep and personal acknowledgement of God was, I think, around 2018, 2019. Not that God wasn't there before, obviously. I do believe He's present with us all the time. But I remember we were called to we were asked, me and my best friend Marco Mons were asked to participate in a healing day at a parish in the south of Johannesburg. And this was particularly with a team who practice in the ministry of healing and deliverance. And I remember walking in, and at that point I was very academic in my faith, very book smart about my faith and about my relationship with God. And I remember kind of being uncertain about this experience that I was participating in, completely uncertain about the whole ministry, to be completely frank, and by extension I mean like the whole spiritual realm and what that entails. I was super kind of antsy about it, and I must say that I know that this is an experience that a lot of Catholics have. And so I'm suddenly a part of a team who's helping out at this healing day. And to be clear, we're not performing any form of exorcisms or anything like that. We're very cognizant of what our limits are. We work with a priest who's well known in this ministry, and a good friend of mine and of the channel as well. Anyway, long story short, I remember sitting in the church. I was invited by a good friend of mine, Nicole. It was me and my best friend Marco. Nicole and Marco were sitting in the pew in front of me in the church. I was sitting in the pew behind me, and right in front of us, we were really blessed because there was adoration going on. And I didn't know what to expect from the day. I didn't know what to expect from this experience. And I was super, as I said, anxious about it and super uncertain about it. To the extent that I was really properly doubting the whole ministry, the whole kind of thing. And basically that doubt got distilled into one question for God in adoration, which was, God, I really don't know if this is what you want from me and if this is where you want me to be. Like, if this is, like, could you please show me a sign? And before I could even finish that question, before I could even finish asking that question mentally, Nicole, who was praying in front of me, as I said, in the pew in front of me, I remember her kneeling. She was like really deep in prayer. She almost flinched. And she looked at Marco, my best friend, who's on her left. And then she also turned around to look at me slightly, and she said, I don't know who this message is for, but I really felt like God was saying, Marco, this is exactly where I want you to be. And this is exactly the place that I need you to be right now. And I remember feeling this confirmation, this vindication, this almost validation that this is exactly where God wanted me at that point in my life. And it's been one of the most impactful ministries I've ever participated in and served in to this day, and I'm still a part of that team. But if it wasn't for that moment, and if I didn't feel God's presence in that way, and if I didn't get His conviction there, I seriously doubt that I would have been able to participate in this ministry. And I must say that it's been one of the great, as I said, one of the great ministries that I've served in. And subsequent to that, I have had the experience of just feeling God's presence, especially through that ministry. So yeah, that would be, I guess, the answer to that question. It's a bit of a long answer to a simple question.
Yeah, pretty long, bro. So that's it, guys. See you next week.
Round 2.
So what's something you pretend to understand but actually don't?
Oh, that's a good one. Mario, that's a good there is a list. There's a long list of them. I mean, the Holy Trinity, God's grace, the Eucharist, transubstantiation, just all of it, like the mystery of the church. Like, genuinely, I pretend to understand it in terms of like, this is the way that I can relate to God through His church on earth, through His bride on earth. But ultimately, I it doesn't make sense to me how God would do what he's done, not for the world, just for me. Like, I don't deserve the grace that he's given me and the way that he loves me. I don't deserve it. We can't earn it, right? Like, what's the song? I couldn't reckless.
Yeah.
Reckless
It's
love.
reckless
Reckless
love.
love?
Yeah. I couldn't earn it. I don't deserve
there we
it. It's reckless love. Yeah. That was my small rendition. It was close
That's
enough.
exactly right. Like, I love that song because it communicates such a wonderful truth in such a profound way. Like, I do not deserve the reckless love of God, and I would say that, like, at that level, it doesn't make sense to me that God would be so forgiving and so loving and so good, despite how much I have messed up time and time again. And logically, I know that he died for me on the cross. I know that he rose again for me, which is more important than his dying. And I know that he would die for me and he would rise again for me if it was just me as well. That's the level of love that he has for me, but it still doesn't, like, I still can't comprehend that kind of love. So that would be the answer that I have. And then, like, everything else that comes with it, right? There's actually a joke that Father Andrew told us at Mass one day. I think when he was in seminary, they basically got asked a question in their theology exam at the end of the year, which was, can you explain the Holy Trinity? And if any potential priest or priest in training, a seminarian, responded to try and give the correct answer, they were failed. Because this is a mystery. There is no answer to it. We fundamentally do not understand how three can be one. But at the exact same time, I don't think we're meant to. And like, when we hear mystery, often we kind of think like, okay, we have to have the answer. We have to find the answer. We have to come up with, X equals what. But that's the thing about God. Like, a mystery is an opportunity for us to dive deep into the unknown with him and come to understand him a little bit more. And then coming to understand him, coming to understand ourselves. So that would be my answer.
Final round.
What's one thing you'd never admit on camera except right now?
Okay, I mean, I feel like God's got an answer to that one. I think what people would not guess or would not really understand is how worried we are about making sure that we do this right. How concerned we are as a project about trying to do the right thing, not for ourselves, but for God. Like, we are super, super stressed, and that's Raul and I. We're super stressed about, we don't want to preach heresy, we don't want to do anything incorrect, and we don't want to make this about ourselves. Like, that's quite important. And with that, there comes a certain amount of imposter syndrome that both of us, I think, experience quite often, which is very simply along the lines of like, are we actually the correct people to be doing this? And I do think that by virtue of the fact that God has called us and time and again has been like, get your butt into gear and do this, I really do feel like we are contributing in the way that he's asked us to. But I would say the thing that I probably wouldn't want to admit as much as I do is that we don't know if we're doing the right thing. We're doing our best. Is it fair for me to say that, Raul? Anything to add?
I agree. I think it's obviously like not the easiest thing to admit that we're very new at this. At times it's like we're not getting like the most views or likes or like comments, and times it's like, is this really worth it? Yeah, man. I think us continuing just shows that it proves that it's like more than just about us. It's really about God. And even if it just affects one person, Tyler specifically, I think it's absolutely worth it. And yeah, though, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Yeah. But yeah, if you don't, we at least hope it touched you.
And that's it. Thank you so much for watching to this point. A massive shout out to Mario for the questions. You're an absolute legend. If you have any questions that you want to ask us, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I'm going to ask you to please like this video, share it with someone who you think may be interested in this, and also subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button as well, the bell, because that tells you when our videos are going to come through. Thank you so much for everyone who has done so. God bless you all. My name is Marco Manzella. I'm Catholic and I'm proud. I hope that you guys are too. See you guys soon. Ciao.